Welcome to the Styles Show. I'm your host, Styles McKay. In this episode, I'm going to be giving you my back to school essentials for 2025, must-haves, pro tips, and everything I learned going through high school 10 years ago. Let's get right into the episode.
These are my true styles coming in quick with them. These are my true styles coming in sick with them. I'm painting pictures with my words to reality. Looking at my lifestyle, man, it's really happening. The Style Show begins now.
I'm gonna throw in a few bonus tips in this video, so stay tuned for the end because there are going to be some secrets that I'm going to put into this video. If I could go back to school, I would definitely change some things that I did and slacked off in. And honestly, a lot of that was just because I was unaware. Times have changed, and of course, especially how technology has advanced and also social media has taken over and online plus ChatGPT. Let's just say school probably isn't the same when I went. Here's some things I would use, do, and focus on if I was going to school today to have a better success for my future to come. Now, one thing first is before you even get to school, it's what you do before you go to school that makes you have a better school experience. I was the person who would sleep in every second I could. My dad would have to open the door, scream at me to wake up, and then we would be late and I would be rushing to school. Getting to school already groggy, cloudy, with a bit of anxiety because I woke up on like okay, I have 5 minutes to get everything I need. I was the kid who would be at school in the morning trying to copy homework. So what I would recommend is actually try to wake up a little bit earlier than you actually have to wake up, because this will give you a head start. So when you hit snooze, you actually get a snooze ahead of time. So you're playing a brain trick. So you did snooze and you did get some more sleep, and now when you need to wake up, you're actually on time. That's the biggest thing I would say. And definitely, guys, make sure to try and get a refresh. Make sure to, of course, groom yourself the right way. When you get to school and you see your crush, you don't want to be smelly, stinky, bad breath, eyebrows not done, because I totally was made fun of in school for having super thick eyebrows. I don't know how it is today, but that ruined my childhood. So, making sure your morning routine is essential, and just because I'm going to be making another video also on breaking down the best grooming tips for men, especially going through puberty, on what to do to advance and get these tips taken care of right away. Now, getting into your back to school essentials, guys. I love backpacks. Now, you're going to need a solid backpack, but what I would recommend if you have a little bit under budget, I love going to Ross for backpacks because you can get a good backpack for about $30 to $40. Now, with that being the price range, essentially that means you could get 2 backpacks for the price of 1 solid backpack. I would do this because that means you could always come to school with some fresh looking outfits based on having 2 different backpacks that coincide with a different outfit. Now, that's just me personally. That's a pro tip I'm gonna give you just in case you want to steal it, but also know what you're doing. Don't buy the same kind of bag. So know what you're doing when you're buying a bag. Get 2 different bags that are going to have 2 different colors and also 2 different styles, 2 different organizations. So as you see here, I have 4 backpacks for you. In my bag, the number one thing I have is a mini grooming kit, which is a small compartment bag that's going to keep my deodorant, my cologne, my gum, my mints, and also moisturizer and your lip care, which is chapstick or moisturizer. Now, this kit is going to be mostly this. Now, you can add in some other tiny things. Maybe you need floss, maybe you need something else for your contacts or something like that. This bag is going to essentially be this. Now, I have a double-sided pencil bag that I used to actually put this stuff in. Then this allows me to keep everything where it needs to be. Plus, a super pro hack is I have these deodorant towelettes, which are essentially, that cleans, refreshes, and moisturizes. So before you just reapply deodorant with sweaty armpits, you need to actually wipe the armpit off of the sweat and the oil and the old moist deodorant that has kind of lost its touch. So wipe off the BO, then allow it to air dry, do the little fluff with the shirt, and then reapply the deodorant. This is going to allow you to actually smell good and let your deodorant last for what it is, and you're putting on deodorant to stay fresh. You don't want to put on deodorant to not be fresh. The next best thing in my bag is going to be my tech bag, which is going to just, of course, keep my chargers. This is going to be an iPhone cord, depending on if you have the lightning cord or the Type-C still, which I need to upgrade to the Type-C because everything else I have is Type-C. But, you know, any essential chargers you have, my power bank, and then also in here I keep some extra pens and highlighters and also these little notebook tabs. Now this is going to group everything separate, so not everything's just loose in my bag, and I have everything where I need it when I need it. The next piece of tech I have in the bag is going to be my headphones. Dude, you gotta have solid headphones, whether you're in study hall or you're in lunch and you're doing some homework or you're on the way home on the bus. You know, not every moment needs to be talking to people and having a fun time. So I like to lock in with music. And back when I was in school though, I knew a few teachers that were cool, and when we would be working, they would allow us to kind of wear some headphones if it helped us focus. So I don't know about today in 2025, but I feel like that's possible. Obviously guys, you need a solid water bottle. This is going to essentially get you further on and stay hydrated, because if you want clear skin, if you want to smell good through your body odor, you need to be hydrated and you need to cleanse your inside. So having a water bottle to cleanse you and also stay fresh and also eco-friendly. Keep a solid water bottle that's going to keep your water cool and fresh. So I have this thin, minimal black hydro flask that I've had this for years. I love this bottle, and I'm also very prone against losing it, and I keep it with me everywhere. If I don't feel like I am going to, I can even clip it and clamp it to my backpack with this little hook. Now guys, something essential to always throw in your bag that's super easy is a quick protein bar or a snack or a granola bar to save you and keep you going halfway through the day, whether it's before lunch or after lunch. And this is something you can easily just throw in your bag and have it super easy next time. Bros, throw in a solid black shirt and just roll it up, bro. Like, this is going to always keep you fresh, whether you're going into school with you know, something else. I always like to keep people guessing. So, you know, if I halfway through the school day, you know, throw on a new shirt, bro, new fit, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just be slagging all day, bro. If you could bring 2 shirts to school, I would do it every day. The one that you got sweaty in, so I don't want to put that shirt back on and have those you know, odors trapped on me when I just put new deodorant on. So I put on a new shirt, and it's easy guys. There's a lot of tricks to compress and fold your shirt. Now, especially in 2025, I don't even know if kids are using textbooks nowadays, but essentially I'm gonna assume there's textbooks being used, but also a lot is probably done online. And of course, I always have with me my MacBook Pro, and that's just because, one, I'm a video editor, a content creator. So I don't know about you if you're going into high school now. Maybe you are and you're a student also, or you're doing YouTube, or you're using ChatGPT or Notion or other books. By the way guys, whether you're in college or high school or even middle school, it doesn't matter. You still need a outerwear piece for school, because they keep those classrooms chilly, bro. Like, because one, essentially the warmer it is, the cozier you get, and you more likely get prone to falling asleep. So they keep it cold because, well, that's gonna keep you awake. But I don't want to be cold, I just want to be alert, right? You got to keep a solid wardrobe piece. This is either a statement hoodie or a nice outerwear jacket. So for me, I'm gonna show you 2 examples just to show you a little bit of personal style that you could get just to stand out from the crowd. Whew. Now guys, in terms of back to school, guys, you probably already got some back to school shoes or not, but some good shoes to always get is a good pair of white shoes and a good pair of athletic shoes that you could always have to be comfortable and move around in. It's good to have a cool black and white fitted t-shirt, a couple fun t-shirts, graphic tees, or whatever your favorite print is, whether your favorite artist, band tee, whatever it is. Get some pants, guys. Baggy pants, straight pants, camo pants. These pants are gonna last you all year. Now remember, you're going to go through all of the seasons in your school year, so make sure you have some breathable, fittable, and also diverse pants in your collection. Honestly, these type of videos excite me because I really wish I could go back to school and do this stuff and use this stuff and be in the moment, because back when I did, I was stressed and I always was like, oh, I don't have this, or maybe I just didn't even know of the information. Now that I have the information, it's just like, ooh man, I would kill it if I went back to high school today. Yo, but you don't want to be bullied, so make sure, and I don't know how it is with bullying today, but I hope it's not as bad as it is when I was in school, because it just wasn't great. But if you're dealing with bullying, make sure you just kind of know that, hey, if those kids are bullying you, they probably got something going on at home. Also, guys, a pro tip in school is get nice and be nice to your teachers, because those people work endlessly with thousands of kids year round. So just make sure to raise your hand, ask some questions so you're engaged in class, and when you do need some extra help or something happens, they may give you a little slide. Like maybe something happens at home and you didn't get your homework done, maybe they'll give you an extra day to turn it in. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope all of these tips that I gave you was informative enough to get you a step ahead for your school year. I hope this improved your style, improved your tips on what to carry in your bag, and also just how to have a also better life. Don't forget to add your own spin to this and take what I gave you and just kind of remix it for yourself, because no one's back to school essentials are really going to be the same, because everyone's needs and desires are different. But I hope you take my tips and use them for yourself and have a good school year. My name is McKay. Thank you so much for watching this episode of The Style Show. I hope you enjoy and take these tips as much as you can. Comment down below any other feedback or advice you have or questions, and I'd love to get back to you. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Make sure you click these videos right here. The one in the red is the one YouTube thinks you'll like the most. Check it out.
Thank you for listening to the short interruption brought to you by Styles McKay.